We join James McCullough in discussion with Catholic film producer Stefano Mazzeo as he describes the challenges and joys of creating historical drama documentaries from a purely Catholic perspective.
We now join James McCullough in a discussion with the Catholic film producer Stefano Mazzeo. Stefano makes historical drama documentaries about key themes in Catholic history in order to portray the truth about the faith.
He speaks about his mission to correct historical errors which have become commonplace belief even in Catholic circles, and about the joys and challenges of making high-quality films on a low budget in order to compete with the secular media.
Hello, I'm James McCullough. I have with me in the studio today Stefano Mazzeo. Stefano is a Catholic film producer, director and screenwriter. Welcome, Stefano.
Good to meet you.
And you.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, as I said, you're a Catholic producer, screenwriter, director.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little more about your work?
We started about in 2012 with our first production called Wales, the Golden Thread of Faith.
Right.
I'd pitched this to EWTN 6 years before, and it took that time to get it off the ground. Finding the funding, finding the script, finding everything. It took a long while. But when we finally got it going with Latin Society and St Clare Media came on also to make it a complete co-production, I set down really what I wanted to do from the very start, which was docudramas.
Right.
And we managed to get some Roman reenactors to show how Christianity came to England, came to Britain as it was then. It wasn't England, it was Britain. So we got these Roman legionaries and we just filmed them. They knew what they were doing. They were ex-British Army. Mm-hmm. They had white legs. And someone said to me once, but they're not Romans, they got white legs. I said, but that's the 14th Legion, they were Germans under Roman officers.
Oh, really good.
And then we did the Crusades, which was really interesting project. We filmed in 7 countries, I think, throughout Europe and also in the Holy Land. So it was really nice. Again, we used reenactors, and that was great fun. A group called the Crusades. They had Templars, they had Hospitallers, so it was great just to film them. Again, they knew what they were doing. I had a script, I knew what battles, and I knew the history of it. I had some great professors behind me, making sure I wasn't telling lies. So they went through the script and saw the programs before EWTN screened it and passed it. Then we did the Inquisition and what the Black Legend is and why the Spanish sometimes get really quite irate with Northern Europeans. Because, and particularly Hollywood, they just don't tell the truth about what really happened.
Right. Yeah.
After the Inquisition, we did Fatima. Now, Fatima was great fun. We went to Portugal and went to Fatima. We had a great production coordinator down there and a group of local Fatima children and adults who reenact these scenes. And they looked just like the 3 visionaries. I mean, I was so pleased with them. And I wanted it all done in English. And of course, they couldn't speak English, so they had to rehearse it over and over again, repeating the lines in English so they could actually get it. You know, so we could actually make a credible version of the apparitions.
That's
and we
amazing.
shot Our Lady in England. Our Lady was English, an English actress.
Right.
It was her first role. When I interviewed her on set during the production, she said, well, I'm just starting out as an actress, and I think because I'm playing Our Lady, I'm going to be okay. You know, she's given me her blessing, so I'm very happy that the first role I've got is playing Our Lady. So she's a good Catholic actress. And also another good Catholic actress, another English girl, played Sister Lucia. And she is in our latest production, The Reformation, as Mary Queen of Scots.
Right.
So she played Sister Lucia in Fatima and Mary Queen of Scots in the Reformation series.
So we have the factual nature of your programming,
Yep.
showing the truth, the historical truth. We have the inspiring scenes and the music to inspire and emote.
That's correct. Hopefully it'll work.
What a wonderful combination.
Yeah.
So what's important to you about EWTN's work and its mission?
I think Mother Angelica came along at just the right time. She came along at the time when the secular media was running rampant, telling all their untruths, being, if you like, economical with the truth. And she came along at just the right time and set up EWTN. Because what it's done is given Catholic film producers, directors like myself a platform. Because without EWTN, we're not going to get our stuff on the BBC.
Right.
Because
Sure.
it's just too religious for them. It's also for some channels, it's probably not the message they want. This kind of orthodox Catholic Christianity. It's not the message that secular media wants to hear. So EWTN needs to be there. So thank goodness for EWTN. Thank Mother Angelica. Thank God for EWTN. Because without EWTN, we would have nowhere to put our films. So everyone, support EWTN, please.
Absolutely.
We need to compete.
Yeah.
Because as I said earlier, throughout history, the church has used the best media. Now the television is in every single person's room. Sometimes every room has a television.
Yeah.
We've got to be in that room with everyone, telling them, presenting the gospel in the best way we can through the television, through the media, through film. And we've got to be as good as the secular media in terms of our production values. You know, we've got to be there.
Absolutely.
If we're not there, the Western world created television. The Catholic Church created the Western world. We've lost the Western world because we were not there with the media when the secularists got hold of the media. We've got a lot of catching up to do. We need the help from ordinary faithful Catholics. So
I suppose you could say that the television media, the televised media, the screen is in a way like a spiritual weapon, and it's been used by the forces of secularization for so long. It's now up to us to take up that sword and to use it for truth.
Yeah. Throughout Catholic history, reformers have come forward, or rather I like to call them reaffirmers. They reaffirmed the faith at times when the church was being attacked by Satan and his followers. People like St Francis of Assisi, who brought the gospel to the poor, to the Sultan, Al-Kamel, actually, in Egypt. He brought the gospel to him. I mean, Al-Kamel threw him out, but St Francis thought he was going to be martyred, but he was just sent back to the Crusader lines. St Dominic, he brought the truth of the gospel to the Cathars, who at the time could only see rich, opulent bishops that weren't following the truth. So St Benedict, St Dominic rather, he dressed in a simple white habit and brought the gospel to the Cathars. So he reaffirmed the gospel. St Peter Damian too, he at a time when there was moral laxity in the clergy, he brought the gospel truth to the lax in the church. So these reaffirmers throughout the history have always been there. The Catholic Church has always reformed herself from within.
Yes,
the problem with the Reformation is, and people like Zwingli and Calvin, is that they didn't reaffirm the faith, they changed the faith. They built churches in their own image, often in competition with each other's. Because Luther turned on Zwingli. He didn't quite like what Calvin was coming out with, and they all fought amongst each other. Now you've got about 44,000 Protestant denominations, you know.
Well, Stefano, I see you as one of these reaffirmers. Televised media is a way to evangelize, it's a way to reaffirm the faith. So I think you are a reaffirmer, and I think I would say carry on the good work.
Thank you. Well, that's what EWTN are. They're reaffirmers of the faith.
It's good to speak to you, Stefano. I hope to speak to you again soon.
Thank you.